Right, good morning. Yesterday evening I had an email saying that I've been setting up the ballistic calculator wrong. The guy said he's watched some other channel and how to set it up correctly and scope height from the muzzle end and not from where I measure it from the middle of the lens to the middle of the to this. You're saying you've got to put a bit of silver paper over your lens, poke a little hole in it, draw a line, and so on and so on. Well, all I can say really is that the way I've done it, and I'm getting pellet on pellet, it can't be far wrong, you know what I mean? And that is a quick way, because the email stated that you have to go into a different sort of software, calculate your the scope height and all this crap, you know what I mean? Anyway, I'm just gonna, so I made another profile up the way the guy done it. But first I'm going to take my profile, and this is, I hope to be 7 yards. As I say, I'm with the Crowd K, and this, my scope goes from 5 to 7, so that's 5 yards, so I'm moving it, I want it on 7 yards. At the moment it's just showing 5, that's it, 7. Okay, so now I've got it on dial-in mode, and I'm going to take the first shot at the bullseye, middle of the bullseye, and see. I think I got it on my profile, but I've got two profiles, so it makes no difference what one I've got it on at the moment. So I'm going to go for the centre of the ball and see where we go. This is at 7 yards, so that's shot high. Now that's with the suggested way to do it on the what the email said. I forget the name of the guy who set it up. So now I'm going, oh hang on, I'm not recording. Right, that's the shot I just took, aiming at the centre. So that's gone up there. Okay, so now I'm going to change my profile to my profile, and so I've got to stop the video, and I've just got to go into profile setting. Oh, right, okay, right. So that was the guy's profile he done. I'll just make sure this is my profile. Yeah, this is my profile, so so that first shot there, was the way the guy said in the email how to do it, from the guy who done the correct way of doing the ballistics on a Zulus scope. So this is my way of doing it, the ballistics, and we'll see what the difference is now. So when I range it, right now I'm at 7 yards. I'm not sure whether I'm loaded. No, I'm not. Okay, so this is my ballistic way of doing this. Okay, so center, and we're virtually just similar. Oh, hang on. Hang on, I'll have to go back in my profile because the other day I changed it from 245 to 283, and I think we're on 245. Hang on, because I've got another profile. Right, that was profile. That shot there was a profile with 2.45. So I'm just going to turn off again. Oh, I've got to, right, I'm just going to turn off again and go in the menu and see if my other profile, well, not see if my other profile, make sure my data calculator, yeah, that's set on 2.45 and I want it on 2.83. Right, okay, so now we're set on 2.83 at 7 yards. So now I'm going to go for the middle again. And that's almost centre. So I'm going to go to the crosshair. Oh, I'm not recording. That's the second shot just there. So I'm going to go for the crosshair. Right, it's just under. So if you remember yesterday, I had changed the Beeman from 283 to 305. So that's what I'm going to do now. I'm going to change this scope to 305. There's a lot of mucking about here, but right, I'm just going to change this from 283 to 305. Right, now that's set to 305. And we'll range it again. 7 yards. Okay, now I'm going to go for this crosshair. Once again, I'm not sure if I'm loaded. No. So this is the Beeman setting now. Scope height 305. And there it is. That's spot on. take that pellet hole again. So that's straight in the pellet hole. And don't forget, this is the way I set my scope up. Oh, I'm not recording. Right, two shots gone in that pellet hole, and that's the third shot. Now this is the first shot I took, which was in the email saying I've done the scope wrong, so I adjusted everything as the email said, and it shot high. The second shot was there, and that was on the way I do it, but at 245. Then I took it up to 283, which was the second shot there, and also there. And then I done it on the Beeman at 305, and that's the 305 mark. And there's 3 pellets gone in there, so and that's 4 pellets gone in there. That's 5. That's 6. That's 7. That's 8. And that was the last. Now if you count the shots, you got 1, 2, 3, 4 and 8, 12, and I'm locked out. Now what I haven't said, which you've got to do, is about calibrating the rifle. Yeah, I normally think that people know about calibration of the rifle, but before you do your ballistics, you've got to calibrate your rifle, get it near enough to 0-0 on elevation and 0-0 on windage, you know, and so I'm going to turn off that. You can see that's 12 shots, 8's gone in that single pellet hole there, the way I normally adjust my rifle. So now what we're going to do, once again, is go for the long range. I'm not saying the guys, I'm not saying the guy is wrong, but yeah, there's more ways of doing things, and everybody has their own particular way of doing it. You know, whether it's right or wrong, as long as the outcome is exactly the same. That's it, isn't it? That's all it counts, you know, the outcome. So we're going to go for the target there, the centre. And that's almost centre. Just a wee bit to the right. So now I'm going to take that pellet hole. And that's that pellet hole. You know, so I'm not saying that my way's the right way, I'm just saying my way's the quickest way. Because you don't have to touch third-party software. And the email said 2 different software, you know. One's for the ballistics in the way of the speed of the pellet, and one was weigh the scope height from the muzzle. And that took way much longer than how I done it, you know. So that's still in the same pellet hole. You know, this eye's watering again. I don't know how many pellets have gone through that same hole, but $12. Yeah, 12 pellets, almost in the same pellet hole there. And that's my way of doing things, you know. You know, I try not to make things hard in a way of doing things, but if I have to calibrate a rifle in using different software, whereas the app on the phone does virtually everything for you, the only thing you've got to do is chronograph your rifle, find out your average speed, and of course measure the distance, measures the distance between the middle of that and the middle of your probe, you know. And that's the way I do it, and I'm getting pellet on pellet. Now if I'm wrong doing it that way, I'm wrong, but when you get pellet on pellet at 7 yards and pellet on pellet at 24, you know, who's right or who's wrong? Well, you've just seen it for yourself. We've got 8 pellets in one single hole on the 7 yard, and we've got 12 pellets in one single hole on 24. The way I calibrated my rifle, or the ballistics, you know, there's so many different ways you can do things, and there's not a right way, really. That's the way I look at it. There's not a right way. So that's 24 shots. I'm going to load in another 12, and we'll take 6 shots at 24 yards in the same bullseye, and then 6 shots at 7 yards in the same pellet hole. You know, I'm not expert at anything, you know what I mean? I just do it. It's like a trial and error. If it works, it works. If it don't, it don't. And that's me, you know. Don't know what's going on next door, but it sounds like plastic pots. Right, okay, so this is going to be the last 12. So we take 6 shots at the same bullseye there. That's 1. That's 2. That's 3. That's 4. That's 5. This is the last one. And that's 6. So there's 18 pellets gone through that 24-yard hole. Okay, so now we go for the 7-yard. Right, we're going for the 7-yard now, so we range it. Right, that's 7 yards, and we're going for the same pellet hole here. Phlegm. Right, same pellet hole here. What's happened here? Oh, okay. That's 1. That's 2. That's 3. That's 4. That's 5. And that's 6. So we're already at 8. And 6 is 14. So it's 14 shots through that one, 18 shots through the top one. Fire that off because I don't want to. I want to make sure that everything's out. Yeah. It just sounded tinny to me, I mean, but anyway. Yeah, but so once again, right, I'll turn the scope off. Yeah, once again, I mean, people have got different ways of doing things. You can go by the manual, and most probably the guy who done that shoot on the way of the ballistics, maybe read the manual and done it the same way the manual tells you to do it. Well, I'm not the one to read manuals, and I just figure it out myself. But when you get shots like I've done, pellet on pellet, 18 times on 24 yards and 14 times on 7 yards with the ballistic calculator, you know, it can't be bad, you know what I mean? I'm not saying I'm right, but that's the way I do things. I don't listen to other people. Okay, yeah, this case I did. I listened to the email. He explained what the guy had done on YouTube. I think it was HFT or HTF shooter. I'll have to have a look at the video myself, but you know, it makes no difference. I just do it the way I like doing it, the easy way. So if you like the video, give the thumbs up, leave your comments, and I'll see you again, I don't know, later or tomorrow. See you later, bye. Right, here's the two targets. This one here, the 24 yard with 18 shots through one pellet hole, and the 7 yard target with 14 shots through one pellet hole. You know, you can't get better than that, I don't think. And of course there's the Zulus. I'm just going to top it up with air, ready for the next shoot. Well, if you enjoyed this video, just give the thumbs up, leave your comments, and I'll see you again, as I said before, either today or tomorrow. So I'll see you later, bye.